smart and sustainable community. And when I saw these, I just thought that, look, I should talk with Martin because all of this tells me a whole lot. But before I talk with Martin about that, first let me introduce to you, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much,
Martin Gaul. And I dare say that the face that I'm seeing there really does look like the face that I'm seeing here. So that's one win.
Thank you.
Right? Before we talk about your involvement in the local government elections, you called me yesterday to tell me about a disturbing incident. And it still hasn't yet made the news, and I'm surprised. I want you to tell me about it.
Yes, actually, there was a lady being held in a house. I'm not sure if I can say she's being held captive because the police will give the report. But it was brought to my attention that this woman was being raped and abused by her immediate neighbor in the next apartment to her building.
Also, it was an apartment building.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a two-apartment. And I was told that, there's a padlock on her door. But when I went into the yard, padlocks were on both doors, the bottom half and the top half. So I called the police right away. They came promptly. I must thank the police for turning up promptly. And they break the lock. They went in. The woman was in there nude. And the guy was next door. It was a big man. I was surprised. It was a big man. And the lady, when they brought her out to take her to the hospital because the ambulance came to collect her, it's a lady that I know since I was small, Miss Burl. And I haven't seen that lady for years. But apparently by her age, she's probably gotten a little bit senile. Okay, she's not thinking straight. And according to the neighbors, this big man was taking advantage of her, jumping over the back door and going in there.
Wow.
So I was very happy that she's out of there. We took her to the hospital and we called up her relatives and so on. As a matter of fact, I think it's someone who normally go there and take care of her and feed her. And they say she's always surprised when she go. She dresses lady nice, feed her and so on. And every time she come back the next day, the woman is naked. And she couldn't understand why. It was not until, someone of the alert neighbors noticed him jumping over the door and wanted to know what was going on. And then they raised the alarm.
Well, that's so sad to hear. It's good, though, that you got involved, and the police have eventually gotten involved, too. Let's hope that they take it from there along the right path.
Yes.
But I can use this to say that you probably have begun your first job in serving the people from an official capacity, because you are going to be running in Constituency 9 here, which is the large Meadow, Brook and Durban Backlands. All right. First, I'd like to find out why you become so interested in doing this, and what is your support base. Have people been supporting you strongly for this position that you're running for in LGE?
Yes, I'm glad that you asked that. A lot of the elders especially have given me their blessings. They've known me all around lodge, running around lodge since from a small boy. Okay, and a lot of the residents also throw their support behind me. I have my campaign manager, Andrew Parks, who has a grocery business there in Durban Street. And Lodge House and Scheme, Meadow, I have a lot of relatives in Meadow as well. The Rutherfords, the Lit Scots, etc. And Lodge House and Scheme. Okay, the Archers, the Lunks, the Frasers and the Pomals and so on. So even some of my colleagues, them, when we moving around going house to house, and they be sharing out flyers and so on, they say, Martin, why am I helping you here? Because every house I go to, they say, yes, we know Martin is our family. So
you got a whole lot of
well,
family.
growing up, when you grow up in a village and so on, small,
yes.
the
Yes.
family.
Somebody referred to me recently as a village
you know.
cousin. We're not blood cousins, but they call me village cousin, which talks about the closeness in the villages, and that's a good thing.
That's right.
Yes.
We have a lot of unity in the village. And talking about my work involved, I've been advocating for local government elections for years on the Window on Local Democracy program that has been held on Channel 16, Cable 67. And I've been educating the people on how important local government election is. It's not just about infrastructure. Well, of course, I will be advocating for better infrastructure, but it has to do a lot with the social responsibilities. Okay, these problems we're having with suicide and domestic abuse, we need to empower our women, empower youth, and local government election give us this opportunity to educate these youths, take them off the street from liming, because the devil finds times for idle hands.
That's right.
And hence they don't have anything to do. Okay, it gives us the opportunity to show them how to make money from nothing. You can make money from the earth. Or a doctor once came from Africa and taught us at the university there the bottom up approach. Okay, hence even Mr. Ken Dance, when we started that show, Are We Society, while at UG there, he too showed us we can start from nothing. That show they bring in millions, and we actually started from scratch. There wasn't any capital, but we went out there soliciting. We pooled our resources together, our heads together, and we raised some funds. And I want to take that to the community to show the youths, okay, you don't have to, I mean, if you can be qualified, you could, but not everybody's the same. Not everybody's academically inclined. But with whatever skill you have, you can use that and develop yourself and become an entrepreneur, and you can contribute to the society.
Yeah. I have seen you work, Martin, and I know you are pretty good at your work. You're my very good friend, I must let people know that. And I respect you a great lot for your interest in society and all of that, which should in fact make it a little easier for you as you proceed into this, I would call it, new sphere. But do you think that the fact that you are now going to be officially placed for responsibilities, will it make a difference to your approach? Or will you just be the Martin that we know and work on a need-to-work basis, so to speak?
Well, actually, with more responsibilities being given to you, more accountable you will have to be, and obviously there will be changes in your day-to-day life. I will not be able to find the time, probably to be on Facebook like I used to 24/7, because I will have to be
always on Facebook.
Yes, that's true.
And I enjoy your posts.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I will have to be on the ground with the people. I was on Gordon Mosley radio program this morning, and someone called me immediately after the program to talk about the congestion or the traffic on Durban Street. So while on my way here to Channel 9, I stopped by Mr. Albert, because I'd spoken to him before concerning the cars on the road parked there, it's a mechanic shop there, and the residents are complaining when the vehicles got to pass, causing a lot of congestion. And I was happy to see that a lot of the vehicles have already been removed, and I just had a lot of word with him. He said, Mr. Gaul, I'm on the move, and I'm clearing the road as fast as I could. I said, thank you very much, Mr. Albert.
They're listening to you.
Yes, that's right. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
So I wanted that resident to know that called me this morning that the vehicles are being moved, and we're going to clear Durban Street as much as we could. All right, and as I said, we're going to advocate for infrastructure in the alleyways, the Nobriga Lane, the South Alley, the Guppy Lane, and so on. So that these drains there, we'll clean them, of course, and then get them properly concrete and covered, okay, with concrete planks. Okay, because we put in metal, we may have some vagrants then fetching them away and stuff like that, and we want to prevent that kind of stuff, so that those who have vehicles living in the alleyways, they can drive in and park the vehicle in the heart. That will ease some of the congestions on the road, because in all fairness, I mean, everybody buying a vehicle now, they don't have anywhere to park it. Okay, they're living in the alleyway, they have to park it on the parapet. And we want to preserve our parapets as well too. And I'm going to consult with those who will be running the Durban Park Jubilee to have some kind of access on the Hartfield Street there, if they can, behind the stands, if residents can park their vehicle there, make sure there's proper lighting. Okay. We have our community police group, put that back in place.
I passed there every now and again. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I haven't seen much in terms of parking space there, but I don't know if they'll create it or what. But I know they ought to be thinking of parking spaces around that wonderful Jubilee Park that is being established there. I haven't seen much, but then the constructors and the contractors perhaps will know what they need to do. All right, and it's good to know that you mentioned that too, because I'm figuring here now that I'm figuring that it's part of your domain.
That's right.
I've heard so many young people talk about what they're going to do and so on. I know that you have recognized the responsibilities that you have, but forgive me if I have to ask this question about whether you think that you're ready for the responsibilities, because I know that there are a lot of people, when they get into positions that they can exercise some authority and service and so on, and they don't get things their way, so to speak, they get frustrated. Frustration steps in, and they just do not operate the same way anymore. All right, and it is against that backdrop that I'm asking this question. If you are ready for the responsibilities, and if you're ready to go the gamut, the full 10 miles, so to speak.
Yes, Mr. Bradshaw, I am ready for the responsibility. It may have to do with my spirituality, being a Christian, okay, because before anything that I do, I always put God first. And once you have that peace of God in your heart, it's relaxed. Frustration doesn't come by the way. I mean, it's pretty hard to be frustrated because you look over these situations. All right, some people call me the problem solver because I always look for solutions. I don't ever allow the problem to get me over. All right, I take control of it, find a solution, not just quarreling, arguing thing. There's always a way, and once there's a will, there's a way. I am ready. I've been my father was one of the persons who initiated the Lodge Community Development Project.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so I was involved since then, and a lot of people, may not know, since Dublin Street had a trench between John Street and Hill Street. I mean, I did what I had to do, blocking the road and so on. It might not have been the police came, looking for me and stuff like that. But I wanted to get attention. We need that road to get done. And I did what I had to do to get the road done. Likewise, Norton Street, when I got their attention, they started looking, I moved over to Norton Street there with the residents there, and we started protest there too. Okay, dragging out tires and lighting fires and blocking things to get it. And eventually, Norton Street was done.
Well, I know you know that the statutes of limitations wouldn't provide anybody looking back at that now to charge you, so you can talk about it.
Yes.
You can talk about it. But you did what you had to do. I understand that.
Yes.
Well, you've proven to me times over that you're an action man, Martin. And I certainly do hope that, you're successful in your endeavor. And you will, in fact, continue to serve the people the way you have been, even from an unofficial capacity. Definitely. So you can imagine what is going to happen when you get in your official capacity. Definitely. Let me wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And it's just, 2 days away?
That's it, just 2 days away.
2 days away. So
I'd just like to leave my phone number.
Yeah.
On all the posters on Durban Street, all the streets, Lodge, Meadow, Brook, Durban, Backlands. I'm the only candidate with his address and phone number. So you know where to find me, you know where to call. My phone number is 629-7250. 629-7250. And very quickly, polling stations where you can go and check your names on the list. Cincinnati School, Lodge Northridge School, Church of Prophecy on Hatfield Street, Lot 17 Norton Street, the vulcanizing shop up at the head of Norton and Mandela Road, Enterprise Primary and Lodge Secondary School. Please go there, check your names. Make sure it's there on the list. If it's not there, then call me on 629-7250. Every vote is important, and I would like everyone to vote for Martin Gaul solidly on Friday the 18th of March 2016. Come on out in your numbers and vote solidly for Martin Gaul. Thank you.
Martin Gaul, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Basil.
Enjoy the rest of the day, and all the best to you.
God bless
and
you.
thank you, too, for sitting with us here, listening to Martin. I'm sure you're more convinced now that you should throw your support behind the guy who's going to throw his support behind you when it's absolutely necessary. Okay, well, we've got to take the second sustenance exchange quickly, so please don't go away. Stay with us.